welcome to Cooking in Quarantine. Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Today I am making my favorite kunefe, and it's a Turkish sweet dish, and I absolutely loved it when I went to Turkey to make it. What I've done here, and the first thing, step two, is making a sherbet. My niece recommended this going to taste kunefe, and I fell in love with it completely. So I'm starting off with what is the sherbet, and what I've done is I've put the equal amount of water as I have of sugar, and I'm dissolving the sugar on a low heat. And the reason I'm doing that is because if I do it on a high heat, then what's going to happen is it'll just, when it cools down, it'll crystallize again. So I'm hopefully this will work and dissolve it a bit. The sherbet comes first. So what I've done is I've done 6 tablespoons of sugar and then 6 tablespoons of water. But if you want complete measurements, I think it was 100 grams of sugar and about 120 ml of water. And see how it's starting to crystallize? Not crystallize, sorry, dissolve. What I'm also going to do is, once I'm bringing it up, I'm going to put in just a few drops of fresh lemon. Just a few drops. Just squeeze it a little. Bismillah. And that also will help it not to crystallize later. So that's dissolved. Leave it on a higher heat. So once it's dissolved now, I can put the heat up slightly and let it come to a boil. And the reason I'm making this first, the one thing that you have to know is, either you have, I think I got a tip of this on one of the YouTube channels, I'll probably put the link down below, she was absolutely brilliant, is that if the kunefe itself that you make is cold, you want the sherbet to be hot. And if the sherbet is cold, you want the kunefe to be hot. So I'm doing the sherbet bit first, and then I'm going to let it cool while I'm making the kunefe itself, the pastry bit. So it's come to the boil. I'm just letting it boil for about a minute, and then I'm just going to let it cool down. Put it by the window or something and let it cool down a bit. And that's done. So coming on to the pastry bit of kunefe, separately I've bought some Kunefe, it's kunefe dough. I think, let me get a picture for you. So this is one I found from an Arab shop. It's Kunefe, or for kunefe really. It's just called shredded phyllo dough for kunefe, and that's perfect really. They're really nice and long in strands. So all I'm doing is I'm going to rip it apart into smaller pieces. I've got about 150 grams of this. This will serve 6 people. You can have it with ice cream. You can have it with a bit of pistachio on top. I'm not going to do that right now because my kids, for some reason, don't like it. And to be fair, I haven't got it on me right now. But you can put pistachio on, even if you're making it for guests. But I'll tell you when you do that. I know it looks quite rough, but it's so nice and soft. And then what you need is 3 tablespoons of butter. I'm just going to pour that over. Bismillah. And then just mix it into the blend it in fully. So I've kind of just tossed it around until all of it is moist and soft with the butter itself. So you see, 3 tablespoons of butter goes a long way. It's nice and soft now. And I've got 80 grams of mozzarella cheese. Just this like little sticky bit. Oh, I've got the packet. Hang on, let me just show you the packet. I bought it from Asda, other brands are available. Just mozzarella, soft kind of cheese. But you don't want completely soft cheese that you use in cheesecakes. So I'm just going to pull it apart like this into little pieces. 80 grams is enough. And you want mozzarella because it hasn't got much of a salty taste. And it'll give it a nice little springy feel to the kunefe itself without actually adding extra flavour. The flavour is going to come from the sherbet. So I'm going to carry on doing. What I'm going to do is, I had like just a tablespoon of butter. So I'm going to add a bit in now. Bismillah. I'm doing this on a low heat. Roll it around so. Then I'm going to add half of the kunefe. I want there to be space on the side, so I'm not just going to go all the way to the ends, because remember I need to be able to take it out. You do get these special trays from Amazon. I'll put a link in at the bottom. They're perfect for these kunefes. Anyway, okay, so that's fine. So then on top of it, I'm going to add in the cheese. Hang on. Okay, so we've got that. While it's cooking on a low heat, you get the cheese and you put it about 1 centimeter away, because when it melts, it's going to get all springy. You don't want it to. And I'm going to be nice and generous with the cheese. Oh, do it on the side, remember? Make a little circle that way, and then you can fill it in from the inside. Once you've got all the ingredients together, it doesn't actually take that long. So I'm just gonna. Okay, I've got that. Then add the rest of the kunefe on top. Bismillah. And as I add it in, I need to make sure I'm pressing it. It's another technique that was shown by this Turkish chef. I love watching her videos. So I'm pressing it down. It's meant to be quite thin, but I think because of this pan, I'm going to let it cook on a low heat. For about 4 minutes. If I can put it onto that one, I'll put it onto that one a bit. On a low heat. So because it's coming out on the sides there, I just want to make sure I'm pressing it in. Because it has to. Okay, so it's been 4 minutes and it's starting to. Going to put dark on the side when I looked at it. Okay, so what I'm going to do is get the flat plate, pop it on there, Bismillah, and then try and turn it with oven gloves, okay? So hopefully it works, inshallah. Bismillah, ar-Rahman, and like that. Ta-da! Lovely. So, what I do now is add the rest of the butter into the pan. Again, remember it's on a low heat. And then I'm going to pop it back on. I'm just going to slide it across into the pan. Bismillah ar-Rahman ar-Rahim. Perfectly, hopefully. You can gather this back in. And again, on a low heat. You can cook it on that side as well, and let it cook for another 4 minutes. Let me see if I can get it close. Can you see it now? Let me see. It's a nice gold colour to it. So I'm let that cook for another 4 minutes, hopefully. So it's been 4 minutes on either side now. So inshallah, I'm going to turn it off. And the sherbet itself has gone really cool. And see how it hasn't crystallized again. Oh, it's so nice. Bismillah. So what you could, okay. So usually I would get the pistachios, crush them up, pop them around there, and then pour that over it. Because my children, some of them don't like it. I haven't put it on right now. So either or, it doesn't matter. It's doesn't give a nice, it's more of a presentation, and it does give a nice taste, but if you haven't got pistachios, it doesn't matter. So anyway, I've turned the gas off, so you pour it on Sherbet, bismillah. Slowly watch it soak it all up. And once I've poured the whole sherbet on, I'm going to let it soak all of the